Do you know a young person who's thought about writing a book? Well, the right method is for people of all ages. When I was in the fifth grade, my best friend Amy said that she wanted to write a book. What? You mean you could get a job writing books? It had never occurred to me that I could get a job writing the books that I loved reading so much. But that was Amy's dream, and I wondered, could that be my dream too? When I was a kid, about the only time I was still was when I was immersed in a book. And I traveled the world. I went to different places. I got to experience new things all through my love of books. And maybe I could do that when I grow up. Well, children and adolescents can live that dream a lot more easily now. We have technology and resources and opportunities that just didn't exist when I was a kid. Of course, dinosaurs roamed the earth then. For young writers, 30 minutes a day or 500 words, whichever works best, can also write a book for them. To make it even easier, we now have dictation software that makes writing a book as easy as pushing a button and talking. This can be really helpful for young writers who need help with spelling and grammar and are struggling with typing skills. You don't need any of that. You can simply dictate a book. Now, if you'll allow me for just a minute, I want to brag on my three kids. One of my children came into the room while I was doing the read aloud of the right book and listened to what I was reading. A few days later, he came to me and said, "Mom, could I write a book?" Well, I was stunned. He'd never mentioned writing a book before. And honestly, even though I love writing, I would never put that on my kids. But he was excited about the idea of it, and so who am I to say no to a child's curiosity? Before we knew it, all three kids had decided that they wanted to write a cookbook. Last year, we spent time working on some of the life skills like cooking and doing laundry, and they were experimenting with recipes and developing their own styles of cooking, and so they wanted to write a cookbook. They also knew that was my first book. So we decided that they could each spend about 30 minutes a day working on a cookbook. I set up the document for them and they dictated the recipes. We still have a lot of work to do on them. They're still in progress, but I'll let you know if they decide to publish them. I thought the kids were too young, but they have impressed me with their dedication and their excitement about the idea of publishing a book. So even if your kids never actually get to the point of publishing, if they have that curiosity and that interest, why not teach them the skills that will serve them in breaking down lots of big projects as they get older? So encourage the young writers in your life and come back tomorrow because we're going to talk about applying the right method for students.